Today, we're going to take a trip, not just to a place, but into a story. We're headed to a village in southeastern Ghana, where threads on a loom, well, they do so much more than just make beautiful fabric. They actually carry history, they tell stories, and believe it or not, they're weaving a brand new future for an entire community. So let's dive right in.
It's a wild thought, isn't it? How can a pattern, just the design, tell a whole proverb? Well, in the world of Ewe Kente, a textile isn't just a piece of cloth. It's more like a library of cultural wisdom, a canvas where every single color, every shape has a super deep symbolic meaning. And we're about to find out exactly how they do it.
All right, so to really get the art, you have to get the place, right? Our story starts in this amazing village called Tafi Abuipe. It's this vibrant hub of tradition kind of tucked away in Ghana's Volta region.
Now, Tafi Abuipe is way more than just a dot on a map. You have to think of it as a living, breathing cultural center. This is an Ewe-speaking community where, the very heartbeat of the village is this centuries-old tradition of weaving kente. And what's so cool is they've turned this incredible heritage into a special kind of tourism, inviting people in not just to see the art, but to really understand the story behind it.
Okay, so now let's get into the art itself. We're going to try and decode this unique language of Ewe Kente, where, and I'm not kidding, every single thread has something to say. Ewe Kente is really all about its power to tell a story. Yeah, the geometric patterns are absolutely stunning, but what truly sets it apart is the use of what are called figurative motifs. Images of animals, people, or everyday objects. So, for example, a pattern might show a chameleon to talk about patience and the need to adapt. Or you might see a hand holding an egg, symbolizing the delicate balance of power and responsibility. See? These aren't just decorations. They're whole lessons woven right into the cloth.
And this right here clears up something a lot of people get confused about. Many of us, when we think of kente, we picture the bold, geometric designs of a shati kente. And that's often tied to royalty, with patterns named for historical events or important people. But Ewe Kente, it tells its stories in a totally different way, using these recognizable symbols to communicate entire proverbs. It's a very distinct, deeply narrative art form that's been passed down through Ewe families for generations.
This quote, this is the heart of it all. This is the essence of the tradition. The weavers of Tafi Abuipe aren't just making textiles. You've got to see them as storytellers, as historians, even philosophers, using their looms to keep the wisdom of their culture alive and share it with the world.
So this brings us to where it all comes together, where this ancient craft connects directly to the village's modern-day survival and its growth. How in the world does a centuries-old tradition build a better future? Let's take a look. It works through this incredibly powerful and honestly really simple cycle. So visitors come and they see the magic for themselves, watching the artisans work on their looms. Then they get a chance to buy these beautiful, authentic textiles straight from the person who made them. And here's the most important part. That money doesn't just go into one person's pocket. It gets invested right back into the community, funding projects that help everybody.
This is the real-world impact we're talking about. The money from this cultural tourism goes to support local schools and infrastructure. Things like school supplies, building repairs, you name it. So when a visitor buys a piece of kente, they're not just taking home a souvenir. They're actually becoming a part of the village's story. They're contributing to its future and helping make sure the next generation has what it needs to thrive.
And that really leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? Tafi Abuipe shows us that heritage isn't just something to be kept safe in a museum. It can be a living, breathing engine for progress. So it makes you wonder, what powerful stories and skills exist right where you live, just waiting to be woven into a stronger tomorrow?